Short on time, but want to create? No problem. You can create an art journal page in under 30 minutes, and I'm going to show you how. Hi, I'm Creative Katie, Karen Burchill. Welcome to my channel. So this is a 7x10 Canson Mixed Media page. So keeping it about that size helps cut the actual creating time. I'm putting a coat of fluid matte medium right on it after I've taped off the coil. And then I'm going to let that dry. And that's going to allow me to iron on this napkin. I have my little mini iron. This isn't the Cricut brand. It is an off brand and it is at a great price point. And I love the addition it makes here. I grab an emery board that I got from the Dollar Tree. And once that's all completely dry, actually I'm just cutting it off. And this bottom piece, I have this lovely border. I'm going to save that and use it as a border on something else. As usual, nothing goes to waste. So using the napkin as my Insta background cuts my creative time. This is a new Julie Nutting stamp, Lorena, that I just treated myself to. So I'm anxious to use it. I'm using my Tim Holtz press. Love this. It helps, especially with these larger stamps. I seem to be rather stamp challenged. So I'm just going to put black archival ink on this. And I'm stamping in this case, right onto just regular weight copy paper. If you do a lot of stamping, I suggest you invest in a stamping platform of some brand. This allows you to, if you don't get a dark enough image, reapply the ink and stamp exactly on the same place. So if you don't press somewhere, it kind of makes it a little more foolproof. And well, I don't know about you, but I need it. So once I have the stamp platform out, I am going to take the time to do several stamps. I've got the ink, the stamp is out. I've dug out the platform from where it's stored. So I'm just going to make the best of it. And that's going to set me up for a shorter create time down the road because I already have it stamped out. So that's another way you can minimize your creative time and allow yourself the ability to create in under 30 minutes from beginning to end. Now, I have sped up parts of this video, but total create time was around the 30-minute mark. So here I've decided I grab some book paper and I'm going to stamp some out on book paper. I also stamp out on music paper. That one I didn't video, but here it is. I love how those music notes look in her dress. I cut her out and then just use my X-Acto knife to get those hard to reach in between areas. Now I'm going to position this on my pretty much Insta background. This part of the skirt is not going to show for the size of paper that I have, so I'm just going to cut that right off. And then I'm going to colorize this girl. Now, this music paper is a heavier weight paper. If I wasn't doing it on that, I may, if it was just the copy paper or the book paper, I may have given it a coat of either clear gesso or matte medium, which will seal the paper and make it easier to colorize and give some substance to that paper. So I use a flesh color right out of my craft paints. And then I've looked at the background and I'm picking colors that are already that were in that napkin. I could have gone with the red. I could have gone with the lighter pink. I went with the deep violet purple one for more contrast here and just mix paints. So again, I'm not reinventing the wheel. I'm using what's already been given, and that cuts thinking time down out of your create time. because you're not sitting there going, what color batches? You're not having to make any decisions. I grab some yellow oxide and I'm colorizing her hair, her the band in her hair, and the top of her dress. I chose blonde because I think it's going to show up better against that background. And here I'm just painting it cadmium red. One thing that I might do with the stamped images, all those Julie Nutting dolls that I stamped, I might just, when I have the paint out for especially the skin color, I can just do a whole bunch of them. And then again, that's ready. Now I want to seal this napkin because I ironed it on. There's no matte medium on top and I'm using clear gesso here, but I could have used matte medium to seal it so it doesn't wick out in and absorb into the matte napkin and it kind of gets ugly if you don't seal it. Now I want to add some interest to the background, give some weight to my focal image. So I am using this wave template. This is something that I've made and I've got a whole variety of them in my stash. And I'm just tracing it with my Inktense pencil. And then I'm going to activate it. Now, at this stage, I'm thinking this is all I'm going to do. I'm going to make this kind of very light line here and leave the rest of the background. So I'm just activating the Inktense here, trying to get that smudge so that shape comes out so it's there, but it's not really there. And I'm thinking, it's not enough. So I grab my Inktense blocks, the same colors, kind of a violet and a mauve, and I'm painting it out. I like the idea of still seeing that underneath, but it's still not giving me the effect that I want. So I decide, maybe if I shade this with black. So that's me with an angle brush and I'm shading it. Now that's really bringing it out and I like that effect. But as I'm going along, I'm thinking, am I done with that? Do I need to put something else there? What is that something else that's going to match what's in my head? So I edged around the page. I'm liking the black, but this middle part here that I created isn't dark enough. It's not rich enough, doesn't have enough weight to it. So I grabbed some acrylic paint with the deep violet and quinacridone magenta, mix it up, and I paint it, and I'm quite happy. So back to the doll. Now that she's dry, I am shading the lines of her dress and around the outside. This is going to make the focal image stand out against the background and just add some details to her dress, to her hair. Shading always just bumps it up that extra step. And look at how it's all coming together. I typed up some sentiments and did some word art with them. And then I am cutting out a few of them here. And then I'm going to audition which one looks best. So you are my bucket list. The heart knows the way and love you more. Well, I don't like that one. This one is my favorite. It just looks the best. However, as I'm looking at this now, I'm thinking I'm going to go back to that page and stencil in a gold heart to the right or to the left or both of the sentiment, just to add another component to the page. You're never really done a page. Here, I'm gluing this down with gel medium. And I chose gel medium instead of the fluid medium because that music paper was a little bit heavier. And heavier weight paper, I usually use gel, not the fluid, but you can use either. I grab my Secura glaze pen and just to outline this part of the sentiment, adds that little bit of black in there. Then I grab my fine line applicator bottle. This has white acrylic paint that I have thinned with just water. And I'm just adding some faux stitching around that. And it really brightens the page, adds weight to this part of the element. So using a napkin as an Insta background, time saver. Using stamped images that you have built up in your stash builder sessions saves time. Using the color scheme from the napkin so you don't have to reinvent the wheel, time saver. Limiting your color palette to fewer colors, time saver. Having sentiments already printed out, saved in envelopes, time saver. I'm liking the faux stitching in the middle part, so I decide to add it all around the border of the page. Let me know if you like this video, if you like the 30-minute videos, and let me know, how do you save time off your creative time? I splatter with gold here, and I'm not liking the gold on the dress. So I'm wiping it off. Took a little bit of time, and I did come in and reapply some of the purple color to the dress. You can't really get some of that shimmer off. What I should have done is put just a piece of paper over the dress, and then I wouldn't have gotten splatter on there. So what do you think? Did you learn something new in this video? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you if you're a subscriber. If you're not, please hit that subscribe button, click on the bell, and you'll be notified of upcoming videos and you won't miss any. Until next time, go get creative.